As the days pass, the caregiver's conviction about the haunting grows ever stronger. She becomes captivated by the consistent paranormal activity displayed on her security monitor, which prompts her to meticulously document every haunting detail that unfolds before her eyes. Meanwhile, a vigilant security guard finds himself on the receiving end of unsettling shadows and eerie figures during his solitary night shifts. Each unsettling encounter raises haunting questions within him, compelling him to wonder if these chilling experiences are hauntingly connected to his previous encounters. Adding to the enigma is an abandoned house in close proximity. Footage captured by security cameras reveals strange movements that seem to defy explanation, suggesting that perhaps a restless haunting lurks nearby, following individuals home with its unsettling presence. One particular dark silhouette, ominously captured by security cameras, sends shivers down the spines of those who witness it. This distorted shape creates an atmosphere thick with dread, hinting at potential paranormal activity and leaving all who see it enveloped in fear of the unknown. In a different corner of the world, Mandy begins hearing strange voices and unsettling sounds around her home. Alarmed by the disturbances, she takes action by setting up trail cameras, only to discover alarmingly eerie recordings that suggest something sinister may be targeting her children. In a twist of fate, a once skeptical individual finds himself face to face with chilling events at home. What starts as a whispering voice and unexplained door movements leads him down a path of reconsideration, forcing him to confront his beliefs about the paranormal. Faced with the unknown, the family's initial response to their strange encounters was to remove the batteries from a peculiar mirror and lock it away. However, to their dismay, the haunting sounds persisted at night, intensifying their fear of the object that seemed to hold a dark secret. After a period of silence, the family decides to reactivate the mirror, and to their astonishment, it answers them differently this time. It appears to be aware of its surroundings, breathing new life into their beliefs about its potential supernatural powers. As time goes on, the family reports even stranger incidents that leave them quaking in fear. Unexplained noises echo through their home, and objects start moving on their own. This relentless series of disturbances creates a palpable atmosphere of dread, leading them to avoid certain rooms at all costs. The initial paranormal disturbance begins with a series of repetitive knocks at the door. These knocks escalate into unsettling sounds that seem to emanate from within the very walls of their home, creating a chilling atmosphere filled with confusion and fear. Determined to uncover the truth, the individual sets up security cameras to monitor the strange happenings. What he captures on film leaves him breathless, a ghostly figure, a potential spirit haunting his home, raising profound questions about the very reality of his experiences. In another eerie tale, a woman finds herself hearing her own voice echoing back to her while she investigates her property, suggesting the possible presence of a skinwalker or something equally sinister. This unnerving phenomenon only deepens the disturbing ambience surrounding her. In what becomes an unforgettable moment, a man captures a pale, haunting face appearing in his garage window. Fear and curiosity intertwine as he investigates, yet he finds nothing unusual inside, deepening the mystery of that chilling apparition. Cheryl and her daughter are not spared from the eerie happenings in their home. They witness a rocking mannequin that seemingly moves on its own, prompting unsettling speculation about the possibility of a haunting lurking within their walls. In the sterile environment of a hospital, a child strikes up a conversation with a spirit claiming to be a girl named Bianca. As the encounter unfolds, questions arise about the very nature of the entity, especially as the spirit's intentions grow increasingly dark. Meanwhile, a doll displayed within the home exhibits unusual movements that terrify the mother. Driven by fear, she locks the room once more, prompting viewers to question whether the doll possesses some mechanical secret, a theory she swiftly dismisses as untrue. Driven by a desire for answers, the family embarks on research about their home's past, uncovering a history rife with paranormal occurrences. They learn that their dwelling was built near a cemetery, raising a terrifying possibility of ongoing hauntings. In yet another puzzling incident, a teacher believes he is engaging in conversation with a mother, only to turn around and find no one there. This mysterious encounter unleashes speculation about the presence of paranormal activity within the school. Angel, a tattoo artist hailing from Glasgow, faces a chilling encounter while home alone that shakes her previously held beliefs about the paranormal. As she steps outside, she makes startling discoveries of strange formations that leave her feeling unsettled. Across the world, a taxi driver in the Philippines experiences a ghostly encounter when a mysterious woman appears in his car, only to vanish into thin air. This spine-tingling incident raises profound questions about the unseen forces that linger among us. And in a final haunting tale, a young boy hears a disturbing voice echoing through his home, prompting a surge of panic and fear. As he delves deeper into the chilling history of a previous resident, he uncovers a tragic past that casts a long shadow over their present experiences. Have you ever caught yourself hearing your own voice echoing through the silence? It can be an unsettling experience, one that often stirs up feelings of anxiety and fear. Abdullah, in a quest for answers, recorded his own experience, hoping to document the unsettling events that unfolded around him. Curiously, many viewers have jumped to the conclusion that the entity Abdullah encountered might be a mimic, an idea that resonates deeply with those familiar with paranormal tales. This notion of impersonation offers a glimpse into a common reaction to fear. Abdullah's bold choice to confront this strange presence speaks volumes about human resilience in the face of terror. Transitioning from Abdullah's harrowing encounter, we meet a mother whose heart races when an unexpected bathroom door swings open. Capturing this moment on tape, she inadvertently records a shadowy figure darting in the background, triggering a whirlwind of questions about the nature of the paranormal activity surrounding her home. As the tension thickens, our protagonist hears distinct knocking sounds emanating from the basement, luring him to investigate the source. Despite his efforts and the careful setup of recording equipment, he finds himself coming up empty, left with nothing but the uncertainty of what lurks in the shadows. Now, let's shift our focus to Russia, where a man confronts the chilling reality of persistent banging on his window during the night. The noise escalates from a mere nuisance to a terrifying presence, ultimately crossing the threshold into his home and leaving him questioning the safety of his own space. In a particularly eerie twist, this man captures strange disturbances, such as inexplicable banging sounds emanating from within his closet. Upon further examination, all he finds are swaying hangers, a sight that suggests a supernatural influence rather than a mere prank. Next, we meet Angela, a woman stricken with terror after witnessing a ghostly figure in her home, a phenomenon that seems connected to her baby's unsettling behavior. As a protective mother, she feels compelled to delve deeper into the mysterious happenings, adding layers to this already complex narrative. In a parallel storyline, a couple finds themselves wrestling with paranormal occurrences after relocating next to a cemetery. Amidst a chilling horror movie night, they catch sight of a clown doll moving on its own, raising profound questions about the interplay between their new residence and the history shrouded within the graveyard. With the atmosphere thickening, an explorer discovers a pale figure lurking in the darkness of abandoned buildings. His narrow escape serves as a stark reminder of the unforeseen dangers that accompany late-night explorations in secluded areas, where shadows often conceal more than mere darkness. The setting of an old barn becomes crucial, rooted in a history where two Native American tribes once fought. This rich historical context not only adds depth to the narrative, but also contributes to the eerie ambience that envelopes the location, hinting at lingering spirits intertwined with the past. Capturing unsettling occurrences, Whitney records objects falling inexplicably and disembodied voices, snippets of the supernatural that chill to the bone. These recordings offer a haunting glimpse into the enigma of her surroundings, painting a vivid picture of eerie events that weave into the fabric of her reality. Meanwhile, the horses in the vicinity grow increasingly agitated, reflecting their fear as they refuse to budge from unseen disturbances. This poignant display of animal behavior hints that whatever is transpiring around them is genuinely terrifying, not just for humans but for creatures attuned to the unseen. Amidst these unsettling tales, a boy documents the eerie activities tied to a creepy doll, inviting a series of disturbing episodes within his home. His mother, grappling with skepticism yet fueled by concern, finds herself navigating the treacherous waters of disbelief as she witnesses the unsettling occurrences. In another curious incident, a family stumbles upon a haunted painting named Gilbert. This artwork captivates one of the children, leading to bizarre behavior surfacing, including the unnerving habit of singing and talking to the painting, further complicating the family's dynamics. Delving deeper into their predicament, investigations reveal a Ouija board linked to the mysterious painting, intensifying the chilling atmosphere within their home. As strange occurrences escalate, the family's alarm grows palpable, especially as their toys seem to come alive with a mind of their own. Meanwhile, a young girl faces terrifying events in her bedroom, prompting her mother to seek help online, driven by the need to protect her daughter from the uncanny. With unsettling focus directed at a specific spot in the room, the girl leaves her mother in a panic, questioning what she has unleashed. In a different corner of the world, Jacob finds himself dirt biking when he stumbles upon a cave. Hearing a voice that calls for help, he grapples with an unsettling decision. His choice to leave speaks volumes about the instinct for self-preservation in the face of the unknown. Back in the safety of her family home, Dana hears strange noises echoing through the silence, culminating in a heart-stopping moment when a doorknob twists on its own. This chilling experience leaves her paralyzed with fear, dreading the prospect of returning to the very place she once called home. The first incident to unveil itself involves a group of boys who hear the shattering of glass, prompting immediate worry that an intruder has breached their sanctuary. In a rush of adrenaline, they call the police, yet thorough searches yield no evidence of a break-in, leaving them grappling with uncertainty. Celeste, on the other hand, finds herself home alone for several days, and soon experiences loud bangs coupled with moving objects. Taking matters into her own hands, she sets up a camera, only to be met with the sight of a dark figure, sending her into a frenzy and prompting her to call the police. In a dimly lit cinema, two employees overhear knocking sounds during closing hours, leading one of them to whip out their phone and record the eerie noises. What they discover, however, sends chills down their spines, a pale face lurking in the shadows, a sight that heightens their fear and leaves them questioning the very fabric of their reality. At a nearby convenience store, one employee captures eerie sounds radiating from the warehouse. Flickering lights accompany an unexpected object tumble, amplifying the atmosphere of dread that comes with being alone in such desolate surroundings. Living next to a cemetery, Carlos finds himself immersed in paranormal activity, his home becoming a theater for objects that seem to move of their own accord. This close proximity to the graveyard adds a layer of suspicion regarding the source of these strange happenings. Meanwhile, Dustin, residing in the haunting Appalachian Mountains, hears unsettling voices after breaking a local rule regarding the supernatural. His subsequent investigation leads him into a realm of increasingly disturbing encounters, blurring the lines between the living and the unearthly. At a marina, a chilling voice surfaces, hinting at a paranormal presence that sends shivers down both Dustin and his friend's spines. This unnerving experience raises critical questions about their safety and the nature of what they've encountered. Choosing to stay at his parents' house reveals the depth of Dustin's fear, as unfamiliar sounds linger in his mind, suggesting that the haunting he experienced might not be confined to one location, but rather a malevolent force following him. Lastly, Allie's story intersects with this growing narrative. In the same eerie Appalachian Mountains, she captures a mysterious voice and a series of knocking sounds, further intensifying the haunting atmosphere of the land, reminding us that often, the shadows of the past shape the fears of the present. E.G.'s unsettling journey begins at his workplace, where he is beset by strange and haunting noises. Sounds of laughter and cries echo through the empty halls, yet whenever he seeks the source, he finds himself utterly alone. This eerie environment sets the stage for a series of terrifying encounters that will change his life irrevocably. Intrigued by the strange occurrences, E.G. decides to record himself playing the piano. To his astonishment, the footage reveals baffling phenomena: doors slamming shut with no one there to push them, and the piano keys moving independently as if guided by an unseen hand. It becomes increasingly clear that a disturbing presence lurks nearby. As if the haunting had followed him home, E.G.'s experiences take a darker turn. His wife begins to hear chilling sounds late at night, while E.G. monitors her safety through CCTV cameras. This uncanny vigilance not only reveals the haunting's persistent nature, but also raises questions about the very fabric of their reality. Meanwhile, in another part of town, Ari's young daughter is plagued by vivid night terrors. She describes an evil man who watches her sleep, sending chills down Ari's spine. Determined to protect his child, Ari installs a security camera, hoping to unveil the sinister truth lurking within the shadows. In a seemingly unrelated yet chilling encounter, Marley finds herself staring into the depths of a motel window. There, she observes a dark figure behaving oddly. Just as unsettling is the revelation that the motel room is reportedly empty. This eerie ambiguity raises fresh questions and unites the threads of fear that bind these disparate stories. A man, driven by courage or perhaps curiosity, ventures into an abandoned factory known for its tragic past. As he explores its haunted corridors, he is met with strange noises and the unmistakable presence of a shadowy figure, compelling him to flee in sheer terror. This harrowing experience underscores the risks of confronting the unknown. The family's haunting saga has extended over several years, with strange occurrences escalating more recently. Their loyal dog reacts in ways they cannot ignore, indicating a presence that eludes the naked eye. The deepening mystery surrounding their home grows increasingly unbearable. In their desperate attempt to cleanse their home, the family tries burning sage, only to discover that their efforts exacerbate the situation. As their fear mounts, they resort to the Ouija board, hoping to connect with whatever entity lurks within their walls. To their astonishment, the planchette moves on its own, suggesting that a powerful spirit is at play. Tragedy strikes when Kaylee, in her eagerness to seek answers, decides to use the Ouija board alone. Her provocation of the entity results in terrifying physical disturbances. Furniture flies, and threatening energy fills the air. The board, once a tool of inquiry, transforms into an ominous force. As if to amplify their fears, the Ouija board conjures frightening occurrences. The planchette inexplicably catches fire while the board itself remains untouched. This alarming incident further solidifies their dread of the supernatural, pushing the family to re-evaluate their path. The introduction of a K2 meter brings forth even more eerie phenomena. Objects begin to levitate, and mysterious claw-like hands emerge from the shadows, heightening the family's anxiety. Each strange event feels like a step deeper into a chilling abyss, leaving them teetering on the brink of despair. In a bid to document the inexplicable, the family installs cameras throughout their home. The footage reveals bizarre occurrences, strange sounds, and an object seeming to fall from an unseen portal. Faced with this mounting evidence, they consider seeking a blessing, hoping to reclaim their home from the malevolent forces at play. Amidst this turmoil, Brookie receives a toy that belonged to her father. Its unexpected activation ignites her belief that it serves as a sign of his lingering presence. This connection plunges her into a whirlwind of emotions, underscoring the enduring bond between love and loss, even in the face of darkness. Things take a chilling turn when Brookie misses a call from her father, and the atmosphere shifts ominously. It becomes apparent that a darker force may be at play, casting a shadow over the signs she had hoped were benign. Doubts creep in, reshaping her understanding of the supernatural events surrounding her. JD, too, cannot escape the grip of the paranormal, sharing his own unsettling experiences. Strange noises fill his home, and objects seem to move of their own accord. His story resonates with Brookie's, weaving a tapestry of fear that binds them in their shared encounters with the unexplained. A CCTV recording captures a fleeting white mist, a figure that seizes the attention of the family dog. This haunting moment amplifies their fear and uncertainty, reinforcing the notion that the supernatural often intertwines with the mundane fabric of daily life. One fateful night, a security guard on patrol encounters a ghostly figure that, when approached, ascends into the sky. The terror of that moment lingers in his mind, prompting him to abandon his night shifts, forever haunted by the experience. Finally, a father playing in the woods with his children stumbles upon what he believes to be a humanoid creature. Fear grips him as he questions his instincts to protect his kids. This chilling encounter hints at the existence of cryptid beings lurking in the shadows, adding another layer to the unexplained mysteries of our world. It's a classic game of hide and seek, laughter echoing in the air, but suddenly, the atmosphere shifts. The father, fueled by instinct, hears a voice that sends chills down his spine. Rushing to the closet, he finds it empty, stirring a whirlwind of questions in the minds of his family. In that moment, fear of the unknown wraps around them like a thick fog. Transitioning to another story, we meet Mikiri, who faces unsettling disturbances each night. Outside her window, a mysterious woman loiters, feeding her anxiety as she navigates life alone. This haunting experience serves as a stark reminder of the crucial need for safety and the comfort that comes with securely locked doors. Meanwhile, in a storage unit plagued by an unseen force, chaos reigns. A toy monkey, seemingly possessed, moves on its own, sending chills down the spines of its owner and nearby employees. This unsettling scenario illustrates how inanimate objects can transform into sources of fear, turning the mundane into something nightmarish. Now, let's dive into the story of a group of friends who witness a strange figure moving outside their car. Its movements defying the laws of nature. Confusion and fear grip them tightly as they contemplate what to do next. Their curiosity propels them toward the unknown, igniting an urge to investigate further despite the palpable tension in the air. In Indonesia, E.G. finds himself in a disturbing situation at work, haunted by eerie sounds of laughter mixed with cries that echo through the silence. Each encounter draws him closer to an unsettling presence, escalating the terror until he begins to dread his time alone. The workplace, once a sanctuary, morphs into a chilling backdrop for ghostly experiences. As E.G.'s haunting escalates, he captures a chilling moment. Doors violently slam shut, and his piano seems to play of its own accord. Each bizarre event deepens his fears, especially when he realizes that the haunting has perhaps followed him home, blurring the lines between reality and the supernatural. A family gathered for a joyous birthday celebration faces an unexpected twist when the birthday girl receives a deeply emotional gift. The strange occurrences surrounding this moment hint at a visit from her deceased father, weaving a bittersweet thread of love and ghostly presence into the fabric of their day. In the wake of her father's death, Brookie is engulfed in unsettling events that leave her questioning the supernatural signs she encounters. Are these manifestations truly from him, or could they be something darker? The line between comfort and dread blurs as she navigates her grief, haunted by uncertainty. Jermaine finds himself drawn to an old Ouija board in an abandoned cemetery, a decision that proves to be a fateful one. Shortly after bringing it home, he is plunged into a world of terrifying paranormal activity, giving him a first-hand encounter with the consequences of meddling with the supernatural. The cursed Ouija board wreaks havoc in Jermaine's home, escalating disturbances that blur the boundaries of safety. As fear grips him, he finds himself questioning his actions, realizing that some tools are better left untouched. This incident serves as a dire warning to those who dare to dabble in the unknown. A family, accompanied by their pack of dogs, experiences an unsettling revelation. Their pets, once playful companions, now react fearfully to invisible entities lurking nearby. This phenomenon strengthens their belief in the paranormal, showcasing how animals possess a sixth sense, sensing things beyond human perception. In a public restroom, a man captures a haunting encounter, a ghostly face that vanishes upon approach. This chilling incident raises profound questions about reality, leaving him to ponder the nature of supernatural phenomena and what lies just beyond the veil. In another perplexing scenario, a group hears loud bangs echoing through their surroundings. Their investigation leads to an unsettling discovery: strange activity caught on camera, including a plate hurling itself through the air. Are they merely victims of their imaginations, or do other forces lurk within their space? In a more personal encounter, Sarai and her daughter become unsettled by eerie cat sounds that fill their home, leading to a harrowing moment when they come face to face with a pale figure lurking in the closet. Their terrifying experiences suggest that a haunting presence has taken residence in their lives, leaving them to grapple with the unknown. An ambulance driver, unsuspecting of the terror that awaits, notices a shadowy figure moving inside the vehicle. Caught off guard, he decides to pull over, documenting the unsettling situation. This incident emphasizes that fear can rear its head in the most unexpected places, even in the routine of saving lives. A woman, in the midst of settling into her new home, begins to experience strange occurrences, lights flickering on and off mysteriously. These events might hold a deeper connection to her deceased grandfather, raising haunting questions about the afterlife and the lingering presence of loved ones. As she digs deeper, the unsettling discovery of creepy items nestled in her grandfather's old closet amplifies her fear. Among them, a clown doll, often linked to supernatural tales, stands out, casting a dim shadow of dread over her new beginning. Such items serve as stark reminders that the past can echo through the present. A man's evening takes a dark turn when he encounters chilling sounds and the disquieting laughter of a girl within his home. This unnerving reality suggests that some entities may follow individuals across locations, leaving him to grapple with the unsettling nature of these encounters and the intentions behind them. As three friends huddle together, terror strikes when they hear loud bangs and the sound of shattering glass while home alone. Fear envelopes them, prompting a decision to stay locked away in their room until the police arrive, a testament to the safety that companionship can provide in the face of dread. Celeste, a girl left alone in her home, is struck by loud banging noises that send fear racing through her veins. Determined to document this haunting, she sets up a camera, capturing a dark figure peeking toward her. The sight is terrifying, prompting her to flee, leaving behind the chilling remnants of the unknown. Late one night, an employee working diligently at a convenience store hears strange sounds emanating from the warehouse. Driven by curiosity yet filled with dread, he decides to investigate. Flickering lights and a sudden falling object intensify his fear, reminding him that the shadows of the unknown can lurk close, even in the most ordinary of places. As the shadows deepened in their home, the girl's mother felt a surge of fear wash over her. After a disturbing incident, an unsettling concern for her daughter's safety gripped her heart. With protective instincts kicking in, she made the difficult decision to relocate her daughter to another room, meticulously locking the door behind them, a barrier against the unknown. In the aftermath of the unnerving events, investigators combed through the house, searching for answers. But oddly enough, their findings revealed nothing out of the ordinary. As whispers floated around town, some began to speculate that the strange occurrences might be tied to the house's eerie proximity to a cemetery, an unsettling thought that loomed like a thick fog. Meanwhile, in a different setting, a young girl found herself amidst an unusual encounter at a hospital. She spoke with conviction about a spirit named Bianca, showcasing a curious and eerie connection that often exists between children and the supernatural. It was a moment that left many pondering the threads that link us to worlds beyond our understanding. In another chilling twist, a woman on a video call heard a ghostly voice respond to her questions, sending ripples of unease through her. This unexpected revelation unveiled the possibility that a deceased individual was haunting her daughter, raising deeper concerns about spiritual attachments that may come unbidden. Not far from there, a tattoo artist found herself grappling with strange happenings. As the days went by, she noticed an unsettling presence, a pale figure appearing in her peripheral vision, coupled with an odd discovery of a ritualistic totem left outside her home. These peculiar incidents hinted at a world of paranormal possibilities lurking just beneath the surface. In a nearby hotel, staff members found themselves confronted by the inexplicable. Unexplained noises echoed through the halls, and phone calls rang from rooms that stood eerily empty, intensifying the chill of ghostly presences that seemed to thrive in the shadows of forgotten spaces. The tension rose further when two hotel staff members encountered a dark shadow figure. While they were busy rearranging furniture, the figure loomed ominously in front of them, vanishing into thin air only moments later when they dared to investigate. Their hearts raced as the mystery deepened. During a video call, a man found himself filled with dread as a shadowy figure emerged from a room behind him. His friends, witnessing the unsettling sight, were left speechless, their authentic reactions hinting at the possibility that this encounter could indeed be tied to something otherworldly. As the narrative unfolded, a woman observed peculiar activity in her neighbor's garage while they were away. A shadow figure moved with an unnatural grace, raising an unsettling question. Who or what was this entity lurking in the dark, and what were its intentions? Massive mystery continued to weave itself through the lives of those touched by the supernatural. Mildred, during her own encounter, came face to face with a ghostly figure within her room. Her loyal dog, sensing the unexplainable, expressed fear that hinted at an extraordinary connection between animals and spirits that many fail to recognize. Driving down a lonely highway, Ken experienced the unexpected when he caught sight of a mysterious woman in white. The fleeting glance stirred a whirlwind of emotions, leaving him to ponder the potential influence of the supernatural on our reality, transforming a routine drive into a life-altering moment. Then there was Mikari, whose repeated encounters with a strange woman highlighted the fragile nature of personal safety. With each unsettling meeting, her resolve strengthened, and the decision to keep her door locked became a vital barrier against the dangers that lurked just outside. On a day marked with bittersweet memories, a birthday girl received an emotional toy that stirred recollections of her late father. This poignant gift connected the past with the present, weaving a thread of love and grief through the celebration, and evoking feelings that transcended time. But the emotional waves didn't stop there. Chilling moments unfolded as her father's voice recording played unexpectedly, leading her to believe he was watching over her. Despite the warmth this brought her, others looked on with skepticism, questioning the very nature of such connections. However, the atmosphere in the house grew increasingly unsettling. Doors creaked open on their own, leaving the girl terrified and questioning the true essence of the presence that seemed to linger. Many speculated it might be a malevolent force masquerading as her father, an alarming notion that sent shivers down her spine. Loza, a dedicated music producer, found himself at the center of a chilling encounter in a public bathroom. Recording late into the night, he captured strange knocking sounds and, to his bewilderment, filmed a mysterious pale face peering through the door, raising the hairs on the back of his neck and heightening the suspense. In another part of town, three friends huddled together at home, engulfed in an atmosphere thick with fear. When unsettling noises echoed through the walls, they were instructed to stay in their room until the police arrived. The tension was palpable, each creak seeming to echo their racing hearts. Celeste faced her own night terrors, each night filled with horrifying noises that haunted her. Determined to uncover the source, she set up a camera. What she discovered left her trembling, as frightening movements captured on tape confirmed that she was not alone in her home. One particular night, Celeste's fear reached a breaking point when a mysterious figure stealthily peeked into her space. Panic surged through her veins, prompting a frantic call to the police after she fled her house in terror. When the officers arrived, they found no signs of anyone, only silence that hung heavy in the air. Meanwhile, Jason's soul-stirring encounter on a hiking trail led him to an old chimney, where a whisper seemed to beckon him closer. The air grew thick with tension as he pondered whether he was facing a skinwalker or caught in a fey trap. The mystery gripped him, urging him to return and uncover the truth. Then there was Cheyenne, who, during a visit to a haunted hospital room, bore witness to a face that sent chills racing down her spine. The shock triggered an instinctive response, and she slammed the door shut in a panic. That moment left her and the staff echoing with terror, a reminder that some places hold secrets better left undisturbed.